Uh,
It's so
yes, we know
Yes.
that Alistair slash Sebastian made Laura very angry, and I'm in the middle of the damn thing. And then we have Mumbles having the stalker slash boyfriend with the roses, and she's like, "But why?" That's all I remember from last session. And then yes, we had Miles, who we now know is Jake. I know Jakes are never just Jakes. We should know this. And well, we met with his sire, who's very, yeah, don't love
Very
very
old school.
vibe, and he nailed it. That's my
Yeah.
complimenting LA,
So
and yes, and the Tremere guy was also very dismissive of the gangers because what the cat
oh
again, blah blah blah, the usual high clan, low clan.
yeah.
Um,
So we investigate the beach where we had one of our kindred locals get burnt by the sun.
two.
Uh,
One of them is Norman.
cool.
One of them was
Was it two?
Matthew.
yes.
Two.
A
Okay.
fact in which you have not told Mumbles yet, so that's fun.
Right, we forgot about that. Right, we did a bit of investigation on that to see like what was happening, but it couldn't get much because, well, it was already got whatever evidence was there, which was the body. We did eventually deliver the body. Yes, we did deliver our butler friend, who got turned to a vampire, unfortunately, over to my sire, who is now being probably dissected and experimented on. We will see. And we went off our separate ways to do some of our cooldown stuff. So yeah, at least what Miles did for sure. He went to a bar that he tends to frequent back in the days. But he forgot that. But he didn't know there was some Bruja there, chilling out. So yeah, yeah, fun times.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah,
somehow
yeah.
in all of this, Tatiana Sire is involved because one of
Hmm.
the things that we found at the beach as well was a message saying, "Give her back."
Yep. Hmm.
It
In
was
Russian.
in Russian as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
wait, then I translated it to me. Oh, is it better right now? Oh, perfect, thanks. So, and most importantly, is that this Stalker and Mumbles actually decided to go for a date next evening.
We'll see how that's gonna go.
Of course.
Because
Not letting
Mumbles is not
her off, is it? Are
because
you like
Mumbles is
this
not planning
whole?
to just have a drink or so. She's very paranoid about all this. We,
Oh no. Okay.
Not very long. I would say Mumbles is a person that likes to be punctual. So just kind of like on the agreed time she's there, she just kind of watches him just for like a couple of moments to get kind of the gist of what's happening. She will walk in. Yeah. She'll take a seat next to him. Yes, sometimes. She just kind of like, she just grabs his shoulder very gently and just say, relax. Take a breath. Through your nose. Just a red wine is fine. Italian, if you have. So as they're waiting for the drink, Mumbles is just going to be very clear. She says, I don't know what's going to happen there, but there are some things that I want to say. There are some things I want to ask you, and let's just see where it goes from there. She thinks for a moment, and there's like an expression that kind of passes by on her face, even though I'm wearing the sunglasses. She's not wearing sunglasses inside because that just looks stupid. But and there's like a look of, she thinks about it and she realizes she doesn't know, and that expression is very apparent. So she kind of like blinks a few times and says, you see, aside from the fact that I am how I am, I didn't become like this being what I am. I was already leading a life most people would disapprove of. I did not have time to entertain hobbies, which sounds incredibly pathetic, I know. What I will say though is, I like music. I like opera. I find unnecessarily screaming annoying. It just distracts. I guess you could say these things happen a bit after my time, if you catch my. This is the first time she like laughs out loud, and it's like uh, that's not going to change. It's one of the things I want to talk about, but not here. So, let's enjoy our drink. I want to get to know you a little bit more as well. Then afterwards, I would like to take a walk. Yeah, she'll take a sip. Yeah. She'll make like an appreciative noise as she like takes a sip and she nods. What about you? What does a day in the life of Daniel look like? What is it you do? You travel. I see. No more Titanics. Really? It is good that you mastered a trade. She kind of looks like she approves. What, what about your family, friends? That's good. You mentioned your mother, but what about your father? Any siblings? So just to all take you in Mumbles' mind, she's asking these very specific questions because it's like, do you have any ties, basically, to like, so she's asking like very specific. She smiles and nods. She says, family You could say, you know how people are always going on about that you cannot choose your family? I don't believe that's true. Well, as you can imagine, direct family ties are rare. But you find your own family. And she's part of the family. Exactly. It is a bond that is forged by choice and not by necessity. And a lot of people, they prefer to stay alone. I used to be like that. Yes. Yeah, she just kind of looks off to the side and just shakes her head. Some sort of unwanted memory, possibly, and she focuses back on the conversation. She finishes her glass and she says, "Let's take a walk." Just around the neighborhood, maybe there's like a park nearby. Like I don't know exactly where they met up, but I'm sure there's like streets that are like a bit more quiet that they can walk toward, just like a park or a little garden. I'm not terribly good with reading other people's emotions, Daniel, let apart my own. But I do see something's bothering you. You do not. But if this is why we are here and not in a restaurant, there are just quite a few things that I need you to understand about a life like this. Every, perhaps not every, but for people who are scared of death, immortality seems like a gift. In our particular case, immortality comes with a curse. And I'm not talking about just the bloodlust. The older you are, like me, what year is it again?
Year 2017. 2016, 2017, somewhere along those lines we've started.
In around 7 or 8 years, I will have roamed this earth for a century, Daniel.
I always get this mixed up. Is that 1,000 or 100?
100.
Right. Whoa, wait, huh? Hold on. Are you saying you are 100 years old, or are you undead for 100 years old?
I've been existing for 100.
See, that doesn't quite answer my question. Like, does it mean like you were a baby and at some point...
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you've been, like... Gotcha.
The older we are, the more we start to lose grip on humanity. And what I am thinking is happening here. You like perhaps the idea of me.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can take care of herself, does whatever she wants, perhaps with a bit of a criminal allure to them, which I understand. But in reality, it is filled with anger, remorse, hate. If this is actually going to happen, which I have not decided yet, this is not going to be some happy love story. People will try and hurt me, and they will use you to do so. And you know what that means for someone like me. It's a weakness. And I don't think you want to be my weakness. I don't mean to dishearten you, but I am honest. I may be a monster, but I will always be honest. I will not lie.
You're not a monster. And I don't want to believe that I'm a weakness. I want to be your strength. And maybe by time that can happen, but it won't change unless you don't, unless you want it to change. And I respect if you want to take your time at this. I want to take our time at this too. I don't want to rush into things in a way that could ruin something. But if it means that I don't get to try at the very least, then don't put my hopes up.
That's why I'm being honest. You see, the thing is...
It sounds quite pessimistic, to be honest with you.
Exactly, that's the point I'm trying to prove. You're not going to get some Twilight love story. I mean, even as a human. Do you know how old I was when I took my first life?
No idea.
I was out with my father, some of his colleagues. He told me where we were going, but not really what we were. But on the way there, got attacked. And this was not a case of me defending myself. I stood over this man. My father told me, if you want to be part of this family, you pull that trigger. So I did. I was 13. I was already a monster before I came. And if that's the kind of person you want to be with, if you want to try your hand at fixing me, I cannot guarantee that I can give you what you want.
I think the fact that you think you're broken is already a problem, because there's nothing to fix. Then again, we all look in the mirror and see what we want to see. A delusion that we believe. A painting that we picture for ourselves. I'm a humble welder. And something that night when we met called me to you. You haunt my every dream. And everywhere I look, I only think about a moment like this, like tonight, to come ever sooner. He grabs your hand, and at first he hesitates, realizing how cold it is, but despite that there was this minor jolt of almost letting go, he kind of fights his urge and he holds on to it.
Yeah, she lets him. She doesn't pull back.
Remember this, that we all have a choice. And even in moments where we're forced into a choice, there are times where we have still the free will to take any other action but the one that seems the obvious one. And I do not want to present myself as something or someone that is just forced into your path to take. And because of this, I'm going to painfully tell you that I won't look for you until you look for me and you make a decision. Until the day you see yourself as beautiful as I see you. You are not a beaten down wolf in the wilderness, but a pack leader amongst many of your kind. He quickly leans in and he gives you a peck on the cheek. Lets go of your hand. And before he just turns away, he says, I think it's best I just leave you with me being an option until you see otherwise. And he turns and starts walking away.
Just one more thing, Daniel. If this is going to be something, you will not stay as you are. So just think, if a life like mine is something that you would want for the rest of it. She'll turn and walk away as well.
He stopped when you addressed him. He heard you out, and without even turning to look at you, says, again, we all have choices. But thank you for making mine clear. Good night, Mumbles.
She'll make her way back to her haven. And I think Tatiana is there. Because they went in.
Tatiana feels fresh after a hunt.
Oh, I wasn't hungry when I wake up, but okay, let's assume so.
She decided to practice a bit with her new pet, how to catch her prey, make the bat a bit more useful. As she's just there in the apartment, perhaps even congratulating and just getting all cutty and cute with her little bat, Mumbles stumbles in.
Yeah, you'll kind of hear like the lock turn and the door closing.
So I can hear the lock clothing, right?
Yeah.
Open. Okay.
Yeah. And
So,
she'll head up the stairs or she'll head down, but either way, they will see each other at some.
so how was your thing?
It's strange. At first, I thought he was just obsessed with this idea of having a vampire. But
But
he wants to be able to make a choice. But I think I will have a choice for some. I would prefer not to kill him. He said he would leave me alone until I would come look for him.
yeah, but living witnesses is kind of breaking the masquerade, but it's up to you.
Exactly. I told him as well. He will be my weakness till I turn him. Why would I turn someone that I barely know? The more I think about it, the more I think it's better that he stays away from me in my life. On the other hand, no. These kind of thoughts and feelings are unfamiliar territory.
Yeah, I like your point that your new mortal friend could be your weakness. Could be your weakness. Yes, that is. I mean, I don't want to be a bit too depressive, but look what happened with Athena's boyfriend or who him was, servant, whatever.
Exactly.
So,
Nearly exploded.
yeah. But it's up to you. I'm not a romantic advisor or whatever. Ugh.
No. But you are smart. And I agree with you up to a certain point. I think I need someone that I know can take care of themselves. And even though he might be able to, given the chance, another sire having a relationship with their child, it disgusts me. It's unfair. It's forced.
So, let's get back to business because all
Yes,
this romantic
the
stuff is
backpack.
really
Let me show
distracting
you.
us. Yes, I think we have to do this first.
Yeah, Mumbles will get the backpack that she stole from Cicatrice and she'll start opening up. Laying out the photographs and whatever other contents is in this bag.
As you open the contents, you find that obviously this is not Cicatrice's bag, right? This is
No. It was Norman's bag.
Norman's bag. Inside you have a laptop, which is the minute you try to switch it on, you realize it is encrypted with a password. You also have a few documentations which lead to pretty much things that you've already discovered. right? So things which aren't really any more relevant, but he seems to keep them on him. However, a folder, a brown folder in specific, has the name of Mikael on it. And as you
Do the honors.
open it,
Sorry.
as you open it, the folder is empty. What you do see, almost in whatever lighting you have, is like there's bumps of previous writing. You know, when you write too hard, it kind of goes through to the other side onto the cardboard back. But the thing itself is completely empty.
But these bumpings that you mentioned, they are unreadable, or
As
there
they
is a way?
are, they are not readable now.
Mom's is gonna look for a small pencil. I think in her own able she'll be able to find. It's just like a light gray kind of pencil, looking like it might be used for sketching. And she very softly starts tracing the back of this document. Bumps and such are.
As you start to go over, you realize that the writing is writing over writing, so words are over words. Some words are clear, sentences sometimes come out as readable. Others seem to be inflicting due to writing over writing, so you don't know which word belongs into which sentence on the two. The bit of writing that you do recognize on it, so the things that are much clearer to read, give the impression that Norman has been tracking Mikael for a period of time since around very close to when you found out that he's around. One of the notes is that apparently Mikael had an encounter with a werewolf, was one of them, or a werewolf encountered Mikael, one of the two. It's not quite clear. However, it would seem that Norman had an inkling that Mikael is after Tatiana, as Mikael sees her as his daughter, almost. There is a sense of relationship. His observation seems to lead as such.
What about the laptop? If you don't mind, I can open it and... Is
Well-
there a password?
Your phone starts to ring, Mumbles. It's
One
Miles.
sec. Hi.
Hey, where's your location right now?
Mine.
Mine. All right. Got some info, so we'll drop by.
Yeah. I've got some stuff for you to look into. Is
Okay.
Frank with you?
No, but we all split up, so haven't heard from him. Have you?
I don't think that I would be the first person to go.
That's fair. All right. I'll try to be there as soon as possible. Just need to take care of some stuff here, so we'll
I'll
be
try
there.
and give him
Yeah. All right.
she'll end the call. She'll turn to Tatiana and say, Mouse is on the way. He's usually quite high in technology and computer, and I don't want to risk locking this laptop down. Because it is password protected, right? You said, Don?
Correct, yeah.
And with
So I
his
guess he's
enhanced
using,
vision, he might be able to see something on the back of this as well.
So Don, do we have a change? Do you have a perspective
Fine.
change?
Pardon?
Do we have a perspective change?
We do. The sound of heavy plastic hits the floor. You take a deep breath, Miles, and relax yourself. Ah. So maybe this is what it feels like when someone needs a drink. Only yours is a blood bag.
As he takes the blood bag that he drank, finds the kind of disposable trash that he tends to put all the blood bags in, hidden evidence, drops it in there, packs it up, looks around the place, and he starts to pack up all the stuff he has in here, gear, any tools required. He also starts to, he goes into one moment. He goes into Maria's room, tries to pack up all of her stuff there. And I imagine, maybe at this point, he's wary. He's keeping his. He's got his obvious his sense unseen up because he knows there may be a visitor here. Not a visitor, the other denizen in his house as he's packing stuff up. So yeah, he starts to pack all the things needed. Probably gets like some luggage out. Checks outside to make sure there's no one looking in the night. Has like his auspex on. Yeah. And yeah, he will start packing his car up with all the required stuff he has.
Where's your
sorry.
emotions when you come into Maria's room? Like, what's that at this point in time?
When he did go into Maria's room, he feels conflicted. There is a turmoil inside of him. It's a turmoil of grief, of anger, pain. He keeps asking himself kind of this one question: why am I still doing this? What the heck am I getting out of this? Justice? Revenge? Or is it just the curse that I have, this great gift I have? The hunger. Why did you have to die? God damn. He probably like kicks like one of the tables he hurts. He's like screams out a bit of pain. Before he just kind of says, whatever. Looks like I probably have much to live. Let's go out with a bang at least. He starts pulling out the necessary like all the tools she has in here, anything that's required, any stashed money, anything that's in the Maria's room he's taking with him.
A knock comes at the door.
Miles is a prepared man. I would believe I would probably say he has something set up as a camera, like on the outside to see what's going on. So he's going to like quietly go to not near the door, but like where he has like the camera like set up. Checks to see like who's at the front of the door.
You see a familiar head bobbing, looking back and forwards as he knocks once again. Alistair's at your door. Come on, buddy. I know you're in there. Come on.
Alistair's Sebastian, correct? Just to confirm with you, because I always forget. I mix
it's the
it.
same
Okay,
person.
yep. I go. Yet. I'm going to turn my auspics to my ears. I'm going to try and discern if there are any other. Well, I don't know if he has heart. No, he has heartbeats because it was under security. I'm going to discern if there's any other heartbeats. Quotation marks for now.
Go, roll.
So that's going to be heightened senses. So
First roll of the night.
wits and resolve. Is that okay?
Yes,
no, not
sir.
wits resolve. Wits and
is it?
resolve. No. Wit Is
No.
it resolve or wits? First of all, it's awareness for sure.
It's awareness, wits.
Wits awareness, and adding my aspects level. So 2, missing 1d10. One, two, three, four. 6 successes. Yeah.
You hear 4 other individuals that you don't see on camera,
Hmm.
but are strategically placed in the hallway
All right.
outside your door.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay.
Mr.
All right.
IP. He now is using the back of his fist,
All
knocking
right.
4 times.
I want to check with my Haven for a second here. Okay. All right. I got nothing here just to protect me here. So for now, I'm basically drawing my knife. I am sending a message, a group message, to specifically. Well, I'm basically messaging to the groups, and I message trouble at my place.
You hear also a notification hit his phone. Really? Nah, Mr. Miles. Not trouble at your door, I promise you. Knock, 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 knock. Just an update, my friend.
I am going to. I got my pocket knife out. I'm ready to stab myself with it to like release the poison that I have, and I'm basically gonna put on the intercom. I have to say, we should have gotten rid of you early. What do you want?
I want to pay you back for your services.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm a man of my word, Mr. Miles. And despite that things were very bumpy on the road, I wouldn't have been able to get this far without you.
I'm probably just doing it because I just want to discern if he is going to actually pay me or if it's just this is a bluff. I'm guessing it's a bluff. Internal Eaton bluff. But Miles unsure. If that's okay. I don't know if I can
Go
discern
for
it. From the
Yeah.
would that be... That would be... Insight. Resolve insight or wits insight? I always forget which one.
Insight, please.
Alright, guys.
You're deducting the situation.
3 successes.
With 3 successes, there's a malice in his voice. You don't know if it's just him, just because of the long periods that he stayed staked, or otherwise that he seems a bit unhinged.
With the intercom still on, I go, How about you tell your 4 goons to pull away for a bit? Then we can have a fun chat. Otherwise, you're not getting in here.
Okay. You heard them, boys. Step outside. You hear a shuffling of feet as they exit. Just you and me, Mr. Miles.
Understood. So, turns off the intercom. He has the pocket knife. The pocket knife right now is kind of slid under his. So if he's got the long coat on, slid under his wrist there, ready to like pull out at any moment's notice. He has the key. He has like that chain to like hold the door. He's gonna put his hand. He readies himself to like stab if need be. He kind of looks around and says, "Oh, if you're still around the ghost, I hope you help me out in this moment. I don't like to help you, but fucking nice." Opens the door slightly, but readies a knife just in case.
Mr. Miles.
Hello, Alistair.
He reaches inside into his pocket
Mm-hmm.
and hands you a check. I believe this is your fee. I went ahead and gave myself a little discount. You know, for the bumps and inconveniences.
He just does this with a check. He just do I have? I wish I have props. Props. He just does this. Takes he doesn't even look at it. He just takes the check, tosses it. He doesn't. He just tosses it into the back for now. Like does not to show us, or he just like does that. Is that all?
Yeah. I've gotten what I came here for, and I'll be catching several flights back to the US. So thank you. Really, thank you. I'll never forget a memorable moment I stayed in this shitty island called Malta.
Hope you enjoy your trip back to the States, Yankee.
I will. And I also hope that my kin will learn her place finally. But, you know, in due time, one needs to beat a dog into submission, I guess. But alas, you have a good evening. Oh, and cash that check soon, before I change my mind and bounce it.
All right. I just give him a look, but I don't say anything. Does he leave? Is he going to turn to leave?
Yep, he turns.
As he turns around, unlock the door, pounce him.
Okay, let's go. All right.
The goal here for Miles is to drag him inside the house. That is his goal. That way he has he's gonna basically try and try to basically force him in and the others in. So, what am I rolling? Athletics.
Yep.
Alrighty. You know what? I'm going to boost it up a bit. Try to boost it up a bit. I'm gonna rouse the blood. I succeed. So my hunger check, I'm fine. So I boosted my strength.
Jesus Christ. Will can only roll blacks. Okay, let's try to reroll these. Alright, just 2 successes from my end.
4 successes. 4.
Yeah, you bounce him, headlock him, get him, drag him in.
Drag him aside. Slam the door back. Bolt it. The knife's at his throat right now.
What are you doing?
You see, he just kind of drags him inside. You're just you and 4 men. Let's see what they will do once you're back in. I got a knife through his throat here. I know you have a Tina. Where is she?
I made it obvious. Well, that's not.
So where is she?
That's hardly your business, now is it?
It is my business. She's a local here.
Don't be stupid, boy. Don't be stupid.
Stupid, ho ho.
I've sent word of what happened here. Last thing you want is this island to go to shit. And it's already in shit, so I'm guessing it's just gonna be a whole lot of Bowser shit.
As I'm kind of holding him, I'm going for his phone, pulling it out and then tossing it to the side. For now.
Okay. And what are you gonna be doing with Atina's phone, huh? Then what? How do you think I know what you sent?
So you have that. So you have her. Nice.
Oh, you think I'm bluffing? Did you think I was bluffing? No. I'm done with bluffing and games, Mr. Miles. You should be done too.
I already know that. As he's going to, you know what? He's had enough of this guy. He plunges the knife into his neck and he's going to try and decapitate him.
Okay. I guess it's your role.
Melee? Melee strength or melee dex? I don't know.
With a knife, dexterity.
Dexterity.
Nice. But I didn't rouse that one, so...
I mean, rousing the blood just goes. You just get like a +1 to your attributes,
It-
or +2.
Isn't just +1 to a specific attribute, or is it just your physical attributes? I forget how the rousing works again.
If you roused for Dex, that's Dex.
I rouse for strength.
Ah, yeah,
I
yeah.
rouse for strength.
I
Can
confused it with
I don't know if I can rouse
something else.
No,
again.
you didn't rouse. No, you can't. Just
I
one.
can't rouse again. Yeah. I rouse strength. Okay, so I'm using my knife technically, which I specialize in now. So I have 6 dice, which I don't think it's possible, but well, cross fingers and oopsie
What is
daisy.
the specialty?
Knives. Yeah, fucking knife.
No, you can't decapitate.
I don't want to be that
person.
person, but decapitation is definitely a cold
I know.
shot. So it's definitely gonna be at least
Let's
5
put some sense into this
successes.
I know.
D&D-esqueness, eh?
I
If,
know.
with Don's seal of approval, of course, but cold shots, they're very tricky.
I mean, it's a bloody knife as well. It's
My
not like
my question is, do I have an easier time because I have? Well, actually, no. If I have hold of them, I basically have first attack anyway, right? So this is just my roll to determine the opportunity. Okay. I made the supposition probably, but this is Miles talking about. He is not in the right state of mind.
We have found the deranged Miles, finally.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how many turns will it take for Mumbles and Tatiana to arrive at Mouse's place?
I will powered. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh.
Oh, you got
Oh.
hungry.
That
Oh.
seems like a bestial failure face.
No, but your face. It's a. Oh no.
Messy crit?
No, it's not that. It's a messy crit with about 9. No, it's a 9. No, 8 successes.
Uh-oh. Well,
Was it 8 or 7? Hold up. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. My bad.
Did
Math.
he? I mean, the guy would have something up his sleeve. Don.
it's up to Don. Don's
Up to
gonna
Don.
tell us.
I know. Just
It seems the beast takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Just as the thought of, oh, finally, form of justice has arrived. Little did you know that all of a sudden, you hit overdrive. Your arm is not only just decapitating, but is doing the whole motion of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until the whole drop. All that's left is you just completely going away at nothing as the head just flops off.
All right. What's the consequence for missing?
violence, I guess. It's the
Mhm.
most.
What
obvious.
is your
Humanity.
yeah,
7.
okay.
Now,
But
in
I'm
terms,
not, hold on, wait. I haven't made my
Uh-huh.
decision yet.
that's fine.
We can always decide afterwards.
The-
Like,
yeah,
it's not
it's
gonna
not your
affect
hold on,
the-
not your humanity. I want to know. You have like this flaw, no?
I do have
the Bane, the clan Bane
Yeah.
of Tremere.
Perfectionism.
I do have the
It's
Tremere clan, but I also
amazing.
have the other flaw. The haunted flaw. That's also a thing, but I don't know if that comes to play. I'll leave it up to you. So, in terms of my flaw, my clan Bane would be that I don't think it would fit in this case. Unless you want to go with the perfection of the Tremere perfectionism. Is the perfectionism their flaw?
Yes.
You can
yes,
you can
need
pick
to have-
any you can
need to
pick any
score
Bane
it.
though suited to the situation,
Yeah.
even if it's from a different clan. If that's what you want to go for.
Up to Dawn,
It,
so
it kicks in.
Mhm.
No, too rigid. Too rigid. You go ahead, lie the body down as you once again surgically start to remove the rigid skin from around, the bottom half of the neck. Then you grab the head and you start to do the same, perfecting the. No, it was supposed to be a smooth kill. It was supposed to be one of those like katana raised, and you start perfecting the rim around. And then exactly as you put the head back on top of it, you notice that it is a bit imperfect. The sit from skin to skin. You grab the head and you smash it in your hands. With the blood on your hands, you smear it over your face, a voice behind you goes like, "You fucking lost it, boy." The familiar sound. Oh, let me guess. Ritualizing is next, isn't it?
He kind of collapses his knees right now. He goes for Alistair's phone. Take it. He's going to. He doesn't even have. He just has in his. He's like his blood. He's like his coat in his hands. He looks at it and he just sees his hands. He's in. He's in a bit of terror right now. He's kind of having a bit of a shock through his knowing that he just killed a person. Even though he despises this person, he doesn't like. This is a person who's been causing trouble. The kill still shakes him a bit. Tries to regain his composure. Tries to regain over like the fear. And he turns to the voice. Well, there's no body, I imagine. It's just around.
Yeah.
So now you show up.
That's right. Just for the audience out there.
Sorry?
For the audience out there, is this the ghost?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
The ghost that inhabits Miles' home. So now you're here.
I've never seen this side of you.
Yeah, well, it's not really me, is it?
But it is now, isn't it? Didn't you once say you'd never be like him? And yet here we are. Here you are. Exactly like him.
He clutches his like, hair with his bloodied hand. uh, private investigator gone mad. Why does it have to be like this? Why must all these things happen? Can't end it all. Why can't it stop? Cowards, these pieces of shit. Clutches his hair more.
Now, don't
Blood.
tear your own heads.
He's probably like a bit of blood tears are kind of flowing down. You normal nights. Many nights have passed. Too many nights have passed. Why? And he's flashbacking to scenes that happened before, to Maria's death, to him getting the call of what happened, him with him meeting his sire again, his Baron, quotation marks, Baron who ridiculed him dying. These flashbacks of stuff of like nothing just going well, everything just going to the craps. And him realizing that all he did was just listen and just did nothing. And now he took action. He looks at the work he did. Damn it. Are we alone now, Ghost? It's just you and me?
It's always been you and me.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe that's going to be the case forever. Or maybe not. Who knows how long I'll survive out in the night. He's going to stand up, he's going to see the body. I'm going to clean this up now. He's going to go quickly to the sink, he's going to wash his hands quickly just to get rid of the blood. Wash his face up quickly. Knowing that there's like more threats outside, he's just clean myself up for a bit. Gets the knife again.
As you wash your hands and all that, the ghosts Macbeth like much?
Up to you. The ghost. Up to you how you want to roll it.
No, that's the quote the ghost.
Ah.
The ghost gave you.
Goodness,
Like that, like
you and
he just chuckles. He just chuckles at that. Maybe I'm already turning into him. Who knows? Nothing goes well. Takes the knife. He grabs Alistair's phone, and he's going to check any like communication that's happened between like Alistair, like what's the recent messages and maybe recent calls that happened.
You have a whole database in front of you of a matter of 48 hours of his phone clearly being tracked. His he has made communications back to the US that if anything were to happen to him, if he was not to arrive with the flight booked, to send the army of Sabath down to Malta and destroy anyone who falls under the Anarchs. He also makes another note of like ... and why not the Camarilla too? Haha. Smiley face. The other person on the other line never responded, but they've been read. The messages have been read. He has the flight tickets, which are due to leave at around 5 in the morning.
Okay. All right. Okay. I will eventually try to trace like where his phone has been to try and see where eventually Athena may have been thrown to, or get the other 4 guys, wherever the 4 guys were outside. So, yeah. So he's going to take that. He's going to what's he going to do now quickly? He's gonna call Mumbles. Actually, no, problem. They're motorcycles. He wouldn't even dare do that.
I mean, they're already on the way.
Yeah, they're on
Like,
the way.
he's
So
already
there's no
texted.
point.
But he can call her if she wants to.
I'll try to call you, but aren't you on your phone, on your motorcycle? Or no, you're in a car. I don't know. I could if you give you a
No,
call.
Mama's got the
Impulsively.
motorcycle, but if it rings, like, she might pass it to
Yeah.
Tatiana to answer.
I
'cause she'll be in the back of
I impulsively call.
Yeah, so when her phone rings, like, she kind of like quickly just kind of like nudges her pocket like for Tatiana to like grab into it and answer the phone.
So, hey. Not Mumbles, Tatiana. Anyway, what's the question? Are you alright?
No. No, we're not alright.
We haven't been alright for a long time.
Not up you. Just get here as fast as possible. I'm not
Yeah,
alone.
we're trying our best.
There's 4 others, armed. And I disconnect the call. And then I'm going to go through my old phone. Dawn. I don't know the chances of this happening. I'm just going to look at my past. Do I have any way, as Miles, because he was formerly Camarilla, can contact Camarilla in any sense?
Yes.
Miss your daddy.
Outside of my sire.
Oh,
I don't
outside
want
of
to
your sire. You don't want to drag your sire.
outside of my sire. No.
Wants to
he's
talk to
busy.
this guy,
He's busy.
obviously.
He's busy. He's busy.
Oh yeah, don't disturb his work.
Yeah.
Don't go to Daddy's office. Bad things happen there.
Unfortunately, you had made a decision to cut ties with them to the point that you've destroyed any form or way of communicating back to them.
Understood.
Especially not by phone.
Do I remember at least where the Princess Haven was?
Yes.
Or his okay. Alright. Okay. So I have a Sorry, I'm thinking, guys. I don't know what to do here.
Wait till backup arrives.
I have to wait. I have to do that.
I'm just curious. Does Frank answer the call?
Wasn't phoned.
No, the
think
message.
we're-
The message.
I text everyone. of the emergency. I'm going to.
You know-
Oh, you have a group chat then. Okay.
Yes.
You
So
know
what do you
what's-
say? What do you say in the
I
group?
said.
That you're not okay?
I said trouble at my place.
Can I? I've been. Ash, this is. Frank is gonna get real backup, like big mortals with big guns. I have money, I have influence. Can I do that?
Yeah, of course.
You know, tipo, do you remember those police guys? And I'll get I'll get a posse, maybe 5 people. Because then I don't know, but no trouble. I'm expecting big numbers. Then that's what I'm. Um, that's how Frank is thinking about. And Frank has that whole, talk with Laura, and he's like,
Mhm.
listen. He's getting a little bit like Ilu. It's been civil too much. It's gonna be.
Sure.
Frank is gonna flex a little bit. Let's see how it goes, and he'll have backup. So obviously he's being discreet, and he'll go to Maz's place. In the meanwhile, he would put the but if he calls Maz, it will be in code, tipo, don't make it obvious, Maz. Like,
Yeah.
I ask, like, I don't know. Maybe we
The
have a
rainbow
code
is
like
green.
enough.
Yeah,
The
rainbow is
roses,
green. The roses are red.
sort of, yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of
If you
thing.
do call him, he does respond. Hello, Coattails here.
Situation would be what exactly?
The roses are very
Uh,
red.
Red.
Very, very red.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Around four flowers are budding up. Other tweezers have been called. Word naughty.
Something on those lines, alright.
And and then I will also say trouble from abroad, or trouble from the skies, from the Big Eagle.
Big Eagle is definitely America for Frank, so yeah.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah.
Alright, so he'll I'll go because we don't know what happened with the mortals that what's his name had. So we'll see what
yeah.
We don't know if either of them are
don't paint me a picture, yeah.
Yep.
So what do I see? What do I find?
What do
Yeah,
you-
who arrives first? Yeah,
Yeah, right.
depends on
To be
distance,
fair,
I
to be
suppose.
fair. Cool.
Or for the sake of easiness, we all arrive together.
I'm curious, Frank, what you arrive with.
I said backup, man.
Yeah, but what am I looking at here? Am I looking at,
Well, you have to confirm for him because you don't know what you can buy with.
SUVs? Like, how many henchmen are we talking about here? Like,
I had a because when you said SUV, I remembered as another and not SUVs, because SUVs would be like too fucking, CIA, FBI style. But we're talking a couple of cars and a cleanup crew. So
gotcha.
we have the like Laura has, but like lower key, because I'm not big ass Laura. But you got to prove myself now. So yeah, we're talking guns. We're talking disposal bags and all that, like Red does, and that's a bit like what Miles found when when we had the situation with not Athena, with the coke and the
Gotcha.
cleanup crew, things like that.
All right, so
So
2 cars come down, speeding, hits the brakes, and basically skid onto the side. You see immediately 2 guys from the other side, from the passenger seat, and from behind the passenger seat, 2 guys come out, guns blazing, onto the Americans. The Americans hide behind Miles's car. In the meantime, Mumbles, you just see her just come riding down, seeing the scene. Two cars have now taken position in a way that have started a bit of a conflict. The Americans take wild shots at the cars, causing mayhem. Two civil police cars also come from behind you, Mumbles, behind your motorcycle, and basically try to pass you.
Mm-hmm.
The minute they find themselves in the middle of the street, just not even parking or anything, just let it just there, they turn off the ignition and come out with a megaphone. You're surrounded. Give up. Lay down your weapons and put your hands up. The other crew has started to strategically surround the area, like the back of the car. You see a couple of other guys, kind of SWAT-like, just start to surround the building. Miles, you hear the commotion outside. Frank, there.
I activate obfuscate, by the way. I don't get hungry. It's a 9. And I mean, you can't see it, but my fangs are out.
Nice. So Frank slides out, I would imagine. He is in his best attire, despite that no one really sees him. Right?
Attire is an attitude.
And
I'm in like not that tired suit.
Are you looking out from the window seeing this?
I'm kind of peeking through the window a little bit, just kind of seeing on the side, seeing the situation. I'm seeing all this, and I'm like, Christ, how much money do you have to burn for all this?
You see one of the Americans behind your car just unhinge a pin on a cylinder can and just throws it behind.
There has been gunfire, right?
Yeah.
I go for my gun. Before he does, if I can stop him before I do that, I shoot him before he can pull the pin.
Roll.
Firearms, right?
Yep.
That is 2. Alright, 4 dice total. Not the best. But...
Remember that you can still add your +1 dex, huh?
It was strength. Don't forget.
Strength.
I caught my strength previously.
But firearms is not strength. But you didn't do it for the knife?
No,
okay, my bad. Sorry.
No. The strength was for the grabbing the guy, for grabbing Alistair.
That's fair.
I thought you did it again.
No. 2 successes, unfortunately.
2 successes is just enough, just to basically shoot the thing in his hand, and it blows up in their face. It was a flash bomb. They are just like, oh, fuck.
Flash bomb.
So it's just
flashbang.
Yes.
What happens? What Miles did is basically he pulled the gun out. He like throw the window open, like quick shot.
So you
and he
see
just
a
goes
flash of light from behind Miles' car, and the 4 guys are moaning and covering their eyes. Mumbles, what do you do?
So she sees people on these black SUVs shooting at these people, and she sees the police shooting at these people. She thinks they got it covered, so I think she's just gonna park the motorcycle nearby, and she says to Tatjana, I'm just gonna make sure Miles is alright, because these people got it covered, probably courtesy of...
But I'm just gonna come with you.
Yeah, let's go. So I think she wants to go behind the building and see if there's like a way that she can access.
There is a back door. Yep.
Is it a house? Is it an apartment?
I believe we thought it's like a small house. Like it's a 1-floor house.
Okay, then it will be easy for sure to get in.
Yeah.
For like a door.
There's a back door, like a very small, not even a garden, just a back way you can get in. Unfortunately, it is locked. But when you do the jitter, you hear Miles like fudging footsteps, and he peeks. He kind of, you see like you have there's like window those like covers. Peeks through them, and he opens it up. He has a gun in his hand right now. He's like pointing it downwards. He looks haggard. He looks haggard, bloodied. He has like his entire shirt, like it's like crimson, like normally crimson red, but it's like more darker than usual.
I assume
like your new T-shirt design actually looks brutal enough.
I assume there's no more targets in the house, Mouse.
At least the 4 got flashbanged. And the one in their leader is ashes. Unfortunately.
Let's see if we can deal with that then. I think Frank's got the outside covered.
Yeah, he'll lead you inside. You see, it's like it's the first floor. Like you've been here before, but now it's like everything's kind of a mess. There's like
Covered
everything's
in
like
blood.
there's it's just like only the entrance is covered in blood. But like there's a bunch of areas. It's like you see, it's like he's like packing for stuff. Like almost as he's like, getting the fuck out of here. It seems, and you see like this corpse, a headless corpse, like just mushed.
I was just gonna walk over and just kind of like peer over with that lean, like where your body
Yeah.
goes forward and the face just kind of stays that way, just kind of like squinting.
It's your work, I assume.
He nods.
How did you make it? With your bare hands, with the knife, with the maybe sword? Just
The beast took
professional
over.
interest, nothing.
He looks like
She's
he's
the
way too interested in this.
Yeah, he's I'm like he doesn't care because he's like he's phased over. He just says, "Oh, the beast did it."
Tatiana's like the
I
journalist,
have never
like, tell me
defeated
more
anyone,
about this.
so I just wonder how it's usually done. Nothing else.
That's on,
Yes,
on
that's all great and all. Why is Alistair here?
He want to deliver me a check for a job completed. I just
He
had
says the job is completed. There's a
something from the past, but as you can see, I declined. But we have more bad news.
So,
He takes Alistair's phone, he shows it to you guys. Well, shows probably the Mumbles, but he shows the both of you.
be an opportunity.
Going really quickly to the front of the house, we have basically the SWAT team kind of just surrounds the guys, and
Frank would have stayed clear of the flashbang if possible,
Yeah,
because
of
with all
course.
drugs and all that, it will be too much.
so they take the opportunity that they're blinded by the flashbang, and they move in immediately. They grab all 4 of them, slam them onto Miles's car, and
Pofra carrots.
they hold them down. And one of them kind of you had a wire installed into an earpiece, and basically one of them just kind of walkie-talkies into it's like, all right, we got all 4, what do you want to do?
Search them up and let's get them inside here.
All right, strip them down, let's go, spread them. And they immediately start to take stuff out. They were quite well equipped with stuff. Nothing ready for Kindred
Good.
stuff though.
But goodies, man. Boy toys.
They start laying them onto the ground. The police, the civil police, kind of walk over and it's like, okay, where's your boss? It's like, boss, they're looking for you. They want to talk.
And I'll unobfuscate quietly and I'll go talk to the police and I'll pose a bit of rank and I'll tell them that my number is so and so and police chat and I'll be like,
Right.
and I forgot what his name was. I think Cacciatolo, that guy from last time. Anyway, I'll tell them that I'm higher up, and that if we work together, it will be a good collaboration. Do I
Yeah.
need to manipulation, persuasion?
No, not at all. They kind of just nod as like, okay, as long as you got this covered, that's fine. We just had to answer to the call that we got, so
Absolutely.
yeah, you know where you need to find us. We're just gonna go ahead and head round.
And as they do, I'm thinking about the scene when we had them interrogating us at Athena's place, and I'm like, this is smoother. I like it. And there's that not evil, but there's that haha moment. And there's that. So we'll get them to out of the way. We'll get them to Miles' place, possibly.
Yeah.
What are the
One-
equipment they have, man?
One of the guys actually kind of calls you over and
Most
says,
moving, yeah.
we found different types of ammunition. We got handguns, we got semi-auto rifles and all this. We got a couple of flashbangers and gas bombs, but what seems more important is this. And he shows you a tracking device, which is on this oldish Samsung phone. And there seems to be a location of Alpha written on it. Location is actually at the Xero docks. Not sure what you want to do with this, boss. He hands it over to you.
I'll thank him for it.
As this is happening,
Xira, what do I know about Xira? Is there like something I'm missing politically?
Mumbles controls that area.
Mux pieta kienet.
Pieta will have Hamrun, Xera involved.
Well, it is our domain now, so yeah.
Yeah, Msida.
Sure.
As he's doing that, I unbolt the door, open it out of the outside, look outside. Kind of looks over at Frank,
I'll just
Right.
like, okay, boys, let's go in.
and he'll kind of open the door.
So, care to tell me what exactly happened here,
So,
Mr. Jake?
excuse the mess. I point as you enter inside. The first thing you see is the corpse and the blood splayed around. Sir came. Basically, tried to gave me a payoff. Basically, to give me a payoff.
He had to give me a payoff. He never gave it to me, but well.
Well, he came here first, and I
don't
dispatched
need
him.
You dispatched him.
I point
And
the
he
head.
looks at the
Headless
corpse.
corpse. Headless corpse.
Is it a corpse or is it ashing now? Don't, because it's like
It's ashing
Man,
at this point, starting to
it's
ash.
ashing.
Which begs the question.
How did
Why-
he know that you're here? That you're this
No,
location?
no, let's rewind back a little bit. Why is he here and not Laura?
What do you mean, Laura?
Oh, as in what? How did he get? How did he escape?
Yes, remember that whole thing where we brought him to Laura as a present for the Camarilla and we put him in the basement?
Yeah, they attacked and she's not very happy about it.
Oh, did he now? Why did we not know?
Because Laura did not tell you, she told me to handle it, and this is what I'll be doing.
So I'm guessing those guys outside got him out of here, out of this.
I suppose so, yes.
I
I have no idea how that happened. It's not usually Laura's MO to be so sloppy, but
it could be our security guards. Let's be fair. Or these Americans are professional, so yeah. Look, if you're going to have Americans versus multi-security, you know who's winning the fight.
I mean, we took them down, didn't we, for now, so
In any
Yes.
case. So
Next question. Where is he came here for a job completed, which means that he hasn't. Or am I assuming now things? And she looks to Mal.
I believe
Did
she
he
has.
mention anything?
He mentioned he's going to take his kin back to the States. My guess is, of course, he probably has her. Where now? I'm not sure. I was going to check his phone, see where he was last located, ping to potential locations that he could have been, narrowed down, but or ask these surviving schmucks out there. And now we have bigger
Sucks.
troubles. Now we have bigger troubles now.
To
If-
Sipa. Chuckles.
Don, some politics role, that's okay. Well, some sort of politics role with the Sabbat. I mean, are just about still active enough where they would do something like this situation where they would come over for this one guy?
Give me a roll.
Politics, intelligence, I imagine.
Yes, sir.
Kicks, I'll do that to us.
Uh, 1 success.
Intelligence.
My head's not in the game, so right now.
I have 2 successes.
You guys pretty much take the news at face value.
It's gonna happen. All right.
Well,
I mean,
Best we
they
let
are
the-
here, right? So they have some way of some logistical network that they're using.
well, it was if I don't arrive, send the army. I think this warrants a visit to the rest of the barons and the Camarilla.
Boss, if you don't mind, I think it's best we clean this up before it starts attracting unwanted eyes.
Yes.
Best to do so. Any of those guys, you can put them in here, and we'll deal with them. We'll question them.
We're taking them back to HQ.
Keep one around. We need a question to see if where.
We'll take them to HQ, mister, because these are my
All right.
guys.
Okay, got you. I'm just suggesting.
Yeah, we got higher orders. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Stay safe. So, all right, get them moving. Move, up your feet. Come on. And
So we'll take them to Laura, I presume,
Exactly.
as a consolation prize.
I'm going to make a. I will call the cleaners, the cleaning crew, to clean up the mess I made here. So that's I'm dialing it up. I'm just
Frank's cleaning crew is already kind of.
No,
there,
the cleaning crew of the body. I mean.
yeah. So.
They're taking care of that as well.
Yeah, Frank is. They're just waiting at the door, just kind of waiting for Frank to just give the order to
Okay.
start.
Then before I look at before we leave, I look at Mumbles. I look at Mumbles. Tatiana, could you help me with all the gear I have packed up here?
Sure. Are we all in agreement that we're definitely gonna need to both the Camarilla and Barons into this?
Unfortunately, yes.
I'll visit Matthew later and see if he can help out. And she'll start to...
Matthew's the Camarilla guy we spoke to, right? Or
One of the Camarilla sheriffs.
Oh,
one
yeah,
that you found by the beach, but Mumbles
Yes.
wasn't there, so she doesn't...
oh right, he said. Oh, he's gonna say, yeah. No, we can't do Matthew. He's dead.
As she was kind of like walking to start helping, like she just freezes.
Frank takes not, he goes instructing the crew, so he won't be in the situation, and he'll leave it to Miles to.
Yeah, breaking news.
What do you mean he's dead? As she turns to look at Miles.
He was found at the beach. Looks like he was killed by. What was Sire's name again? Just killed by Tatiana Sire, it looks like, or at least we believe to be anyway.
She says, gritted teeth. You see from her right hand, her claws start to kind of go out, go back in, go out, go back in. She can't take a breath because it doesn't help. She tries to anyway. It's just kind of brings her hand to her face and just starts trying to keep her composure. It's very difficult now.
I kind of look at Mumbles and I will slowly approach her if she allows me.
Everybody just keeps dying. Every single person.
A shit show, ain't it?
Everybody that I like dies.
The ghost kind of whispers in your ears, Miles. So like, she's kind of like you.
I kind of looked at my ear. You guys, I heard this, and I go, quiet, you. Not the cool right mode, you know.
I'm just saying.
Get it.
I mean,
Quiet.
just don't get close to anyone, and no one who you like will die because you don't have anyone to care about. That's easy.
That one looks smart.
Yeah, it's starting to seem that way.
So, the camera off. I'll see if I can broach them myself.
Yeah, come on, come on, come on.
I'll see if I can broach the camera myself. It's gonna be a shit show, but
Let's ask an audience for the prince. I'm just gonna start packing this stuff now.
So do I.
if only we knew where the prince. But no, I know where he is. He says, "Yeah, just help me pack up the stuff. It's all the gear I need, so we can do more work."
And Mouse, once we got some time, I have a big favor to ask. I know this is not a good time, but it'll save an innocent life for sure.
All right, you tell me. Well, when we find the time right now, time is of the essence.
Yes, later.
You know, later. Let's get myself in the car if it's even operable. He's gonna check at the car. I click on the button. Does the car still work? Does it,
You have a couple of dents on the body, but like, it's more like the passenger seats won't open. But other than that, it's functionable. A few bullet holes made it to the windscreen.
I just look at the car. I'm like, I don't know how this is not going to be approved by Maltese driving law. So,
Frank will be like, that's a masquerade breach. We'll
I
get you one
know.
of our own. Where do you want to go anyway?
Well, anywhere safe. I just have some tools with me to help with whatever investigation we're getting out of this place for now since it's compromised. But I won't be taking my car, so we gotta dispose of it. Frank, do you think your cleanup crew can get rid of it?
Frank looks at you the same way a father looks at a son who's just, dropped his ice cream.
Poor
I go,
Miskin.
oh, don't give me
That smuck, and it's like, and Frank was staying at Laura, so that's in Vladimir. Yeah, that's a long way away. Unless we can agree, no, but we don't have a backup. Who's the closest one location-wise? We're in Rabat now,
Yes.
so
So what's the closest safe haven for us? It's not Mumbles' place, right? I don't think so.
where's Mumbles' place in Madlena?
She will have probably moved it since now she's in a different
Yeah.
territory. She probably would have moved it close to the same place that Mark was residing in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Peter, his office.
Yeah.
So we got.
She's not there, but she's close by.
Yeah.
Because
So
people would expect her to live there, but she
I look at Mumbles, say, "Shall we take her domain if that's okay, or is that a bad idea?"
Yeah.
Of course, you're always welcome.
Frank will take all the equipment and evidence and deliver it to Laura, and he'll say to you, I'll keep you posted. And as soon as everything is cleared and safe, he'll make a phone call and there'll be a truck for the car to get into, and
Yeah. You got this.
dispose of it and all that. And he'll make
Hey,
his way
John.
to Laura.
Hey, yo. Didi or John. Hey, we're gonna.
Beep beep. Fadallek.
Alright.
And
Nissela, hey, Henrik Boa. Hey, Nissa.
and I'll ask the crew, like I'll ask Tatiana if she wants to come with me to Laura, just in case, so we'll explain everything. And
What kind of stuff can I explain? Like,
it's more like for you to know how we're doing things instead of me being this skulky little Frank that usually is. Up to you.
I just don't see how can I be useful in your situation. That's probably it.
I mean, this is your side we're talking about.
Yeah, this is the last thing I wanted to talk about right now.
I
You're
know.
only making problems, honestly.
But maybe Laura can get some insight into all this. Who knows? Anyway,
I prefer not to probably share any more info about this person, except that with you three and Athena.
fair.
So, but if you
I mean, she
consider
can
that
help
one
us, that's
need
what
to
I'm saying.
share, again, if you think that you should share something special about Michael with her, feel free. I'm not restricting you in any way.
Fair. Alright, so I'll go head to Laura and see how this will be received. I will take some messages from what's his name? Alistair. And so basically we know that he's bringing the Sabbat to Malta. In a nutshell, right?
Yep.
So this will probably also include, yeah, definitely. And I know that there are the Barons of the Booch who were like, there's like you told me once that there's a Tremere, a Toreador, and a Ventru, right? Or was that just
You're about there, yeah.
okay? I'll make a note to contact them eventually, because this is gonna be a community thing now. It's one of those funny moments where we get together and hopefully defeat the bad guy. But we are the bad guy, so how's that working out? So yeah, I'll keep all this in mind. I'll say as much to Mumbles, and I'll head off to Laura.
Yeah, Mumbles will confirm with Frank that she has like a similar idea, and she's gonna try and set something up in neutral territory where they can. If not Camarilla and Anarch, just Barons.
I would start with the Anarchs first myself. But
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
her preference too.
I mean, they will have to be roped in, but given that they are so weak that they have to bring in foreign muscle to do their work, it's a bit, you know. That's his perspective then. Tipo, he was okay with Mark, but like, so you have to import him Specita, like. That's his reaction to it. It's like he's looking at it from an HR perspective, sort of. You outsource this thing to such people, and well. Anyway,
A
he'll
common
bid you
enemy always
guys.
has the tendency to bring together.
He'll do as much, and he'll leave you guys in peace. Relative peace, that is. Right.
So my question is, how am I getting my gear over to Mumbles' place?
Didn't
Oh
you
no,
ask?
we have.
Oh, we have cars. Right. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
Mumbles
have
will
cars.
just show the way, but at some
Mhm.
point she's gonna be like, "Listen, this is where you stop, and we will carry the less because I don't want you to know where I live." To the guys that are like driving the trucks,
Mhm.
unless she will be able to drive them herself. So she will ask Frank and say, "Listen, either the truck with the miles equipment, I will drive it myself, or some time away from where I live, I will ask them to stop."
So now we were going with the equipment to Laura, no?
No,
Anyway,
we're going to her Mumbles domain with my equipment. Anyway,
With the equipment,
with the equipment.
yeah,
Miles'
my
stuff,
my stuff.
not the American.
Alright. What stuff do you have? Okay, sure.
Uh,
Like
Basically all the stuff I had left over. So like leftover
the stuff that you are packing. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. In state.
tracking gear, technical stuff. Basically
I
anything I have
I
in my house.
forgot you had the packing because you mentioned the packing. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll instruct the men uh to comply and but well you can't. You know how to drive, like
Yes.
um. Well, yeah, sure. We'll go halfway and then you can deliver the stuff yourself, because
Awesome.
Okay.
So Mumbles will go on her bike. It's up to Tatjana if she wants to sit in the car or go on the back of the motorbike, but Mumbles will start to
yeah.
lead the
I'm
cars
sitting.
to action.
I'm sitting with the car of my luggage.
I got used to your bike actually, so I feel myself more free.
Of course, I'm locking my house. That's obvious.
And
Yeah,
no,
the cleanup crew would have been finished about now.
Yeah. So
So you see a couple of, like you see three guys exit your place, giving you the thumbs up. All is cleaned. So
10-4, then I say 10-4. Close the door. Lock it up. Lock up the back door, of course, as well.
So I
I'm
just
sorry,
want to check
dude.
if I got this right. So are we
Mhm.
all going to Mumbles' place, or are we splitting?
I think we're splitting.
I was going to my well,
So you're going
well,
to Meliha.
yes,
Okay. Anyone joining you to Meliha?
that's what I asked, but nobody is, so I'll go on my own.
All right.
Unless you guys wanna come, but
I
You
got that
can
stuff.
meet. We can agree to meet up afterwards, like once we dropped everything off.
sure.
So are we
Yeah.
all meeting in Meliha? Is this our focal point? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So jumping time, unless there's something you want to do.
Nope.
Specifically.
No, I'll just drop my luggage off. I'll just drop my luggage. I won't like start setting up my stuff right now. So, yeah.
So everything's set up at Mumbles Haven. Well, the chosen haven in Pieta. And we all head over into Meliha. Frank, Laura's very impressed with finally you taking action. It's like, you have finally shown your true colors. Hiding behind the facade of the team player is no longer going to be a
I was
problem.
never a team player, and you know it, and they know it. Sometimes you have to. What does the Bible say? Forgive your brother 77 times or something, but no. Now we do this my way. So,
Oh,
this
I
is
love
what's
that.
happened of Alistair. He came to. Even Jake took some initiative, but.
We're all there.
You all arrive, yes, at this point.
Yeah.
As
She
she's-
probably knows. I don't know if she knows. I'm still like in a haggard like clothing with like. I look like I went through something.
I think Mumbles will have given him a change of clothes.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm in a change of clothes. Probably
Like
still
a hoodie that's way too big for me.
But at least it's not like dirty and all that.
I will say, like, when he talks about Alistair, I say, yeah, Alistair is dealt with. He won't be seeing another night.
Very well. So what
And
is
here are his
the...
ashes. But we have reason to believe he called bigger cheese to the table, and maybe there'll be some Sabbat invading. I'm not sure why would they bother with Malta from fucking America, but and we think he has Athena. We're not sure. Be fair, we have a lot of fish to fry.
Remind
But
me why we care at this point.
I don't know about these guys. And there's that, yeah, there's Laura and Frank being in sync.
Perhaps you would like to
So
enlighten us, Baron of Saint Julian. Well, Pietà.
Of what?
Why?
Of how you're above.
Why should we
No,
care?
let's not. I'm not asking you to care about Athena. I know that both of you don't care.
Okay.
But the rest, the possibility of the Sabbat incoming. Now, part of me doesn't want to believe this kind of person will pull that kind of weight, but you know what the Toreador is like. I think it's better we prepare for the worst.
Well, on the news of celebrating that one chapter once again has been closed, that has been a nuisance to go through. It's like one of those chapters you read in a book and go like, almost want to put the book down. It's so awful. I've went ahead and made some arrangements. Please follow me. As she goes into the corner of the house, and she invites you over to her swimming pool area, where you see a couple of familiar faces. You have the Bruja gang, 3 of them, in the corner, huddling together, just drinking some beer. On a deck chair, anxiously fiddling with his thumbs, you have the Baron of Malta.
I'm from Balsa. What? Seriously? Do I know him?
I don't know, most of small ones. I've decided to call the rest of the barons here, for those who want to bother answering the call at least. The Bruja immediately kind of turned to her voice, and they immediately notice smiles, and they're like, "Hey, it's Mr. Detective Guy.
Oh,
He
wait
gives
a
him,
second.
You
gives him
forgot
a
this
death stare.
behind you." Haha.
He gives him a death stare look.
Now,
That's
A stare like,
Like this.
let's
No,
be
it's
But
civil.
we were.
It would seem like we have a problem on our hands. That's a potential problem, right? That's...
48 hours, the tracking message is apparently going to be sent to someone in the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they would like to send some Sabbat over in Malta. An army of Sabbat, apparently. Whether this information is true or not, still in the unknown right now.
For a daring revenge, is daring to slay their master. This kind of just takes off her sunglasses and just kind of rubs her eyes. They're a little bit red. And she just kind of like flicks it away with her finger.
This
Pleasure to meet all of you, by the way. Not had the pleasure before.
Yeah, you're the one who just took the fruit off from the tree.
I've got long arms.
Yeah. Longer claws, it seemed too.
She just smiles and gives him
You see
sort of friendly.
You see this short individual with a bit of a belly on him. He kind of raises himself off from the texture. It's like, you see, this is why I don't like to meet with you lots. We're peaceful from where we come. And I don't get why I have to be dragged into this, but as they say, getting to socialize, we get the news. How big of a threat are we thinking here? Do we really need to take action? And if so, what kind of action?
Well, would you like to see Malta go into a kindred war? Have our lunch be spewed in the streets?
Oh my goodness, Miles, you over-exaggerate. Everything everything is, oh, blood this and blood that.
Do you want to eat? Hey, listen.
I
Do you
know
want
about
to,
this guy. I'm curious.
One of my son, he keeps to
yeah.
himself a lot.
What's his name? Do I know his name?
We don't know anything.
I'm
And I kind of
a
motion first, like, Frank Bujaya, pleased to meet you.
He kind of looks at your hand and
It's Aziza.
yeah, he's a bit like, pleasure
Is he
all mine.
Malkavian? Because I'm thinking maybe he's hypochondriac or something.
He is Malkavian.
Anyway. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Yes, hello, Frank. My name is Jason.
Jason.
And
Jeez.
pleasure's all mine, I guess. Again, I'd like to address the issue. I don't have
Yes, if you don't mind, Frank. She kind of gives him a look like we will socialize later. Like, so she turns
We get to know each
to Jason. She says, "I agree up to a certain extent, but the fact us not knowing is the fact that makes me cautious on the side of paranoid. Wouldn't you agree? It's better to be over-prepared, well-equipped to handle with a threat coming to our eye than underestimate the resourcefulness of our potential."
I've heard actually Sabbath likes to play in football with children's hats. Yeah, I'm Tatiana, by the way. I don't think Malta have enough children for Sabbath to play, so...
But plenty of mortals, tourists.
If
Don't
the
underestimate them, that was my point.
Oh, definitely not. I've never had the pleasure to meeting them, but I've heard the rumors. I must agree that, we must be prepared in the case that the threat is real. However, can't we just be a bit more proactive and confirm? Is there no one who has such communications here to confirm this?
Well,
I can reach out to some of my contacts, and perhaps...
Yeah, because she's got long arms. Oh,
Yes.
shut up, you.
If I have a some decent software, I can check if maybe there's any prepared flights or
Darling,
anything.
remember, I have all the things you need here, if you want to make use of them.
May I right now?
Of
If that's okay.
course. Not a problem.
This is
I will-
lore, I guess, right?
Yes, yes.
I'll give a minor nod to Laura and to others. I will basically show myself to the computer section to basically like I'm basically gonna quickly access I'm gonna put the phone on Alistair's phone. Make sure there's like no viruses on, no anything that's like gonna keep track. So purge any viruses on it, and then basically try to see. First of all, if there's any like pre-purge flights from like US to Malta or like some flights from their direct like private flights or whatever. Any stirring up of anything hidden in the shadows, like in the dark net. If there's any like army or like anything that's being bought like suspiciously too heavy, of the kind of magnitude of this Sabbat army. That's the kind of investigations I'll be doing. Maybe see if there's any like Nosferatu like net freaks out there as well to see if like this is like true information as well. So that's what I'm doing. Just basically research if this is a real thing or not.
So I need you to roll the intelligence and technology.
Okay.
I need you to do this 5 times, starting with a difficulty of 2 and rising up.
Can I raise my mental attribute of intelligence for the rouse?
You can.
Okay, thank you. I'll do that.
Yeah, Rose is like always one extra die, depends on
Yes. Yeah.
what
Okay,
you...
I get hungry. So I'm rolling with 6 dice. So 5 times?
In the meantime,
in the
as he's doing
meantime,
his thing, just pop your results and roll 20 for me, will you? What you get, if you can. Right. So, while he's doing that, I think it is only proper that the new Baron will introduce herself.
yeah, I think that would be a good time as any. She kind of like straighten up. She kind of adjusts her tie, and she says, "I am Mumbles. Girl. If there is any issue with the way that I obtained this position, regaining it, quite frankly," and she pauses to look at Laura for a moment, "out of Camarilla hands, now would be a good time to tell me. I'm sure we can sort it out."
My only concern, Jason says, is how are you going to be filling the position of Emmanuel? You see, he did take care of the more political side of things if we needed the mortals to, do things for us, be it damage control or if there is any needs to be met. I am a bit concerned. Taking Pietà means that you are going to be taking control of the political aspect of the island for us.
Naturally. And this is something that we did in the housekeeping, Don. Like, I remember that we discussed that Mumbles would reach out to all of the previous people in power. They had a simple choice: cooperate or get the fuck out, basically. So she will have reached out to Emmanuel. So I don't know back then if he came up, but what do you think he would have decided? Because it changes her answer, obviously.
So, Emmanuel gave up his position. He's still abroad. As a La Sombra, his pride is a bit hurt, but at the same time, he wouldn't dare cross paths with the gangrel or upset you, so he just reluctantly agrees with your methods, and he passes on the message to the cabinets and boards and relative important people.
Yeah, she wants to build, if he decides to stay, she wants to build a good relationship with him. So she will say to Jason, yes, I've approached him. Well, even though, albeit reluctantly, he agreed to cooperate, I fully intend to build a good working relationship.
Fair enough, dear. Fair enough. I guess that does put my mind at ease.
I'm glad to hear.
Yeah, that puts your mind at ease, but doesn't put ours at ease.
Well then.
How are you gonna be handling the fact that we take care of all the narcotics?
She kind of smiles and says, well, the Italians are nothing if hospitable. We can either share nicely, or well, we will just take it. It's up to you.
So, you're going to put in products while we're having our own circulation of things here.
Ideally, I would wish to source these kind of things locally with the cooperation of the locals.
Yeah,
I'm not unreasonable. I don't like problems, though. But I'm not reasonable. I'll be happy to work.
You'd be happy to work with what?
I said I'll be happy to work with you on this.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you and your group are very capable and knowledgeable people when it comes to these kind of
Yeah, we've been doing it for quite a long time, but it depends what you're asking for. What's the deal here? We got our own products, we got our own thing going on. You know, we got the Irish, we got a couple of good stuff coming in from other places. So it depends what you're going to bring to the table. Are we just pushing? Are we get a percentage? Are we... What's going on? What's like...
If you are pushing, you surely get a percentage, but I will also receive pushback. That's just how it goes. And anything that perhaps you have in lacking or have more difficulty obtaining, we can assist, especially in the ways of border control. I have a large family, you see.
Yeah. You know, a big litter of you, probably. I don't know. It sounds like you don't know what you're doing, in my opinion.
Well, unless you prove to me that your opinion counts, I don't.
Whoa, what happened?
I don't know. Someone pressed the button. I want to play nice.
Do you? Alright. I don't know how nice it is to just kind of walk in on someone that we had a prior business relationship, that it was okay and you just do the cover up there in Pietà. But now it seems like you want to step on our toes and infiltrate our market. Unless you're offering something different and of the same kind of quality, and you won't be taking our...
Let me rephrase, as it seems my point didn't come across.
Yeah, you
I've
seem
got...
to dance with words, plain and simple.
Lovely. You get to keep doing whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Under our supervision. We don't interfere. We just collect the profits, unless you make trouble for us. All clear?
Eh. We'll see how this business arrangement goes for the next 3 months. And we'll revise. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. But maybe practice makes perfect. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Miles, you come up with the following report. There is a flight that is leaving. Has about 3 stops to reach San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
which is booked under Alistair's name. There is a message on the dark web circulating around about Sebastian, that he might need help. However, people are reluctant to answer to his call. In relation to Athena, it seems there is you've managed to find a name, Saint Bonavard.
Saint Bonavard, okay.
And you have also come across that basically there seems to be news on the dark web that if Sebastian were to return to the US, they want his head. There is news around that he has been exposed as a double agent.
Double agent to whom?
Camarilla. Sabat. Get the picture? Cool. I don't know how you want to walk out on this, but
I'm going to share. I'm going to share. Basically, I'm just doing my kind of typing into this here. In the San Francisco flight, is it two there, or is it like?
two.
Okay, two. All right. In that case, then I'll basically get that information right now. I'm gonna turn to the count. I don't know if I'm like nearby. Am I nearby?
You're in the living room section, which is
Okay.
close by to the. You just kind of take.
Yeah. I roll out of the chair. Like I just roll out of the chair. Like I'm just some package. I'm able to roll out of the chair. Sorry, to interrupt. I just wanted to provide my investigation notes.
Please,
So-
it would make us at ease. I hope you have good news.
Well, I hope so. So,
I'm tired of this drug bickering out here, please.
So, the name Alistair, who goes in America with Sebastian, he has definitely dropped a message in the dark web to ask for help if he doesn't come back. But it seems that for most of, well, whoever responded are looking to help him out. It also appears that some people want his head.
Dear me, Frank. It seems like people want his head.
Well,
We have his ashes.
I have
Do
his
you think
ashes
that
now.
would count?
that could count.
Does
We
it
should
give us a better advantage? That's the question.
Well, that's the thing. What we could do is we can keep an eye out on any flights that come into Malta, any prepared flights that come to here, any large numbers, any like mysterious gear, just in case we can intercept it. But unfortunately, the Halo airport is under Camarilla territory, so
One way or another, we're going to have to propose cooperation.
my only question to the our local barons here is to ask is, would the Sabbat, I would imagine, not give a shit of just one man coming here to start a war? At least in the political sense, correct?
Doesn't
No.
make sense to us, no.
But
They're too busy in the Middle East.
they might fancy themselves a stronghold here.
Why?
Yes.
Who knows what these savages think?
Number one, well, let's think from a strategic point. Malta is a strategic point in the Mediterranean Sea to get to the African coast.
Oh god, this history again.
It's important history. We've been conquered many times.
Yes,
It has to be mentioned.
yes. Like, listen for once.
Look, they probably don't care about this small island ever since the Cameron and the Anarchs took over. So it's just with this, especially with this one message based on the information I have here. What we can do is I could maybe come up with some false lies to try and push the reluctance of not willing to help them out. That's what I could potentially do. I do need some help on the social sides, though. I'm just offering that as a solution.
I'm all in favor if everyone is.
Agreed.
What is the plan again? Sorry.
Try to get the Sabbat to go away. For good. Like, not interested in our little fish.
I look at my plan is to basically maybe make a couple of, let's say, fake like dark web accounts, spread the message about the reluctance, try to push like why should we help this one man with a grudge, and start, losing everyone. Basically, misinformation.
If you would like, you might add that antiquary the anarch mafia settled over in Italy has taken an interest in.
I can come up
Yeah.
with some lies like that. If you do have any account, do you have any? I mean, if you want, you have
Do
any
you think
accounts?
they will believe it? I mean, they've
It's
done their research, no?
Frank.
It's true.
It's misinformation. But
Yeah.
if they want to investigate further, they may. Besides, dark web is it's easy to come up with anything.
We won't know if we don't try.
I look at the other anarch barons.
I can't buy this, sorry. I'm not saying that we should fight, but I'm not saying that misinformation like this will get us to safety. I mean,
Why
the
don't
dark
we let it just die down rather than increase fire to the, wood to the fire?
We can't ignore it if you want.
Am I not reading your mind, Frank, about this? Giving it extra attention would only raise suspicion, and if we are not careful of how we execute it, well, I have a
perception
feeling...
is power, yes.
Quick question: how much attention has this gotten, at least from my end, with my research?
Not that much.
Not as much. I will just say it's okay to let it die down. Not much attention is brought, and again, if it's over, let's just say if there's maybe like 50-60% of more have been reluctant on the matter, so
I
they may
see.
just not accept. My fear is only if we have a small Sabbat group coming in, especially with the Inquisition, as we know, in fervor.
I'm pretty sure Charles will able to handle it. Should we need to persuade the American embassy? Charles cracks his knuckles. Oh, I'd love that.
Because it's the bruiser.
Right.
My question to our barons: has there been any troubles with the Inquisition's fervor in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, one trouble. You fucked our business, whatever that was going on. But hey, it seems like all supply for the crystal meth, whatever, it's gone down the drain now.
Ah.
Oh,
Most
did it just click for you, huh? Do you see my
No.
reluctance to do this with you? You closed down a good pipeline for us, Missy.
Yes.
And to be fair, Mark was giving us a good price.
But at what cost? I wonder
some tourists
how
gone
we
missing.
feel. I wonder how we would feel about kindred happily prophetizing, killing other ones simply for money.
Not only
I
that,
think I still need to make up my mind about that as well. But I'm willing to let it rest if
Hey.
you are.
I mean, it looks like you got what you wanted all the way. You kept your little girl there, despite that she was target for a long time. And you closed down our pipeline. What can I say?
What do you mean, my little girl?
Your Russian one, right there. You think we've had an eye on her for quite a while. Mark really wanted to, use her for her body.
Shut the fuck up and never call me a little girl again. Otherwise I'll beat your ass. My name is Tatiana, so please address me like this.
Right.
From father on. Thank you.
Yeah, you can call me Charles. Or Chully if you want.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that's
But you get what?
Carlos. Carlos is the boss. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking Castelli Carlos. You know, they're like they're not the same, right?
No.
Fair, fair.
Look,
So yeah, and I'm thinking actually because I know about the whole. This is a way back, but we had the whole Furiana capturing of Malkavians, Dr. Sherry.
yeah.
Something my best to not to broach the matter, but I'm like, xizzopp għamil bieħja puff ta' kollok. That's the inner voice of Frank at the moment. But he's big bad bruiser, so I can't fight him fair.
Now if you excuse us putting on their leather jackets, we got places to be. And the night ain't young anymore. Laura, thanks for the beers, as he tosses an empty can after smashing it into the pool. Let's get out of here, boys.
Safe ride.
Yeah, break a leg with whatever you're doing. Like, literally, will you? Right. Now that brings us to the more level-headed people around here. I'm not quite sure. The Sabbat threats. Can we just leave it alone?
We can. We
I
can.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
If you can keep tabs on what's happening on wherever you check,
I mean,
that would be great.
I will try my best with my resources, but
So will I.
mhm.
I'll keep
Might
it.
it be a good idea to set up a way of communicating these kind of things, or simply a regular meeting, discuss findings?
I would, however, because they're not quite in the circle of things, and to be frank, we just want to keep things peaceful. Inform the prince.
Yes,
I'll see
I
if I
fully
can.
intend.
You see
Oh.
Laura just roll her eyes.
Getting an audience prince would be troubling, but I'll see if we can go to the front door at least.
Very well. If that's all that is required from this essential meeting, I would like to slowly make my way back. I have a ton of paperwork to deal with, not to mention, it is getting quite late.
Thank you for your time, Jason. Thank you, Laura, for arranging all this. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it, dear. Always happy to help. Right. Miles, I do have a question, though. The people who want his head, can you check if they want his ashes and we get something in return?
I'll double check, but
It's
sure.
the
I'll
dark
keep
web.
you posted. Is your number the same to reach out?
Yes, that hasn't changed.
I'll.
In any
I'll
case, you can
keep in
always
touch.
ask Frank to reach me. It's-
If I'll bring it up the next time we have a Barons meeting, that would be better because it's a matter all of us
Oh,
benefit.
good lord. Let's wait for another century, why don't we?
I don't think centuries is going to be enough for us. As you know.
Miles.
Yes, Frank.
Know when to shut up, mate. And
I thought
he'll
the
be
voices
like,
in
I'll,
my head
I'll
were bad."
handle. Yes. Well, Miles has been through a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
He's
say
become much like us in a way.
In any case, good nights.
Mm.
Good nights. Pleased to meet you all. Good night.
Good night, Laura.
Oh,
He
it's
said good night to Steve, and like, okay.
mm-hmm. Miles.
Do we perchance, out of curiosity, have any eyes or ears at the airport of Halua? Or is that a no-go since Camelotech can control it? That domain area. That's a good question.
She straightens herself, prim and proper. You know what? I think it's best not to put all eggs in one basket. Let the rooster hatch their eggs elsewhere.
I get your point. We'll leave it
So
as
you
is
never
then.
know when the dawn makes the cock crow.
We won't take any more of your time. Thank
We
you.
will.
Always a pleasure.
One last thing I'll do on the computers, if that's okay. I'm gonna set up a ping notifications for like all of these things that's happening, about the research and stuff. Maybe to like my secure phone, so that any pop-ups or notifications that happen, like on the dark or whatever, I can keep an eye on what's happening.
Sure.
I'm out of character. I'm saying that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not mentioning that. I just quickly hit the computer. I'm
Alright,
just like,
so this is out of character. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, I'm just hitting like putting up notifications. If anything happens, I'll be able to basically like I'll get that information. So I basically have like all eyes on whatever the heck is happening in the US. Any flights that come in, especially to Hull or whatever. So yeah, if they even come to flights, to be fair, to come by boat, probably no.
Alright.
So I guess we leave, guys.
Yeah, as we're leaving, Mumbles is gonna take out her phone and reach out to some of her contacts just to ask them if to pay attention to like Sabbat movement. Just perhaps maybe in Europe as well as America. Not to interact, just to kind of let her know if there's anything of significance happening. Just in case.
You get a negative response from everyone that basically nothing's been noticed.
Yeah, she'll ask them, even, if they do get pinged on something. So I just let her because she's interested.
Sure. So, gang, what's the next move?
Miles. I have
Yeah.
something interesting that you might have a look at.
I am here in spirit. My mind is elsewhere, maybe, but sure, speak.
Let's go to my haven. I don't want to impose on this hospital.
Yes. And please tell me, to all of you, am I insane?
For what? Killing Alistair?
Miles.
Can you give the nod?
I thought we got rid of someone. I don't want another drama. You know those people who will always be the first to raise their hand in class? We'll get through this together. But
Sorry.
don't be gazing into the mirror too much. You know what I mean.
He blinks.
While it was perhaps not the most clever, I can certainly. Was it wise? Probably.
No.
Was it crazy?
Yes.
Defines what crazy is. My crazy is not your crazy. If you don't understand why you did it, however, that raises a question. Doesn't.
He gives a sigh. I was just tired of him. I killed him because I thought it was the best move to do a situation.
Then you know why you did it. Hence,
I don't think I'm myself anymore.
Well, we don't live so long for us not to change. It's only natural.
In any case, so let's get going. We'll see what happens. Frank, out of curiosity, did the cleanup crew still have the ashes?
She loves this Laura's a mole. She
Alright.
likes to collect things, remember?
Fair. I was just asking.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but there's 3 things that we now need to focus our attention.
Mhm.
1, finding Athena. For that, we would to try and interrogate the Sumerians that Alistair brought.
Speaking of that, I did get a name from the database I was looking up. Do you guys know of a Saint Bonavard?
Does that ring a bell for Mumble?
No. I gotta just say, I'll do some digging up, but I found out somewhere that Athena was related to some Saint Bonavard. I don't know what it is. It could be maybe where she's currently staying, where she's being held at, or it could be some other information. I'll dig it up once we're at the say how this our the domain, the haven.
Maybe the Americans would be able to
Mm-hmm.
help us in that. Number 2, although we haven't seen him for a bit, there is still the matter of doubt he's gonna stay quiet just because we comes to it.
Tatiana.
Um,
You're cutting off a bit, Ginger. The mic is not picking up.
Sorry. So I
No
said
worries.
then there is the second problem, though we haven't seen him for a while. Carlos is still running about.
Who is running about, Carlos?
Tatiana Sire.
Which name did you say? Because we didn't hear because it cut off a bit.
Mikael, you know?
Ah, yeah.
Ah,
Tatiana Steiner.
Yeah, nice guy, you know. And we also need to figure out, which is probably a third task, what kind of a disease that he's spreading is. Well, basically, we need to talk to Miles Sire.
Sire, yeah.
I think he will Sorry.
He'll reach out to me. He'll reach out to me, and I'll let you know.
So just waiting then.
Yeah.
That's
the
not
third
too
thing?
bad. We can handle 3 things, can't we?
What's the third thing?
No, that was the third thing.
Oh. Then
Athena, Michael, and
my sire.
Disease.
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 And then we also have to contact the camera about this as well.
Yes, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem.
I can. Well, I know where the prince will be, so you can always reach out to him. But
If you know how we can request an audience,
well,
I shall go.
I can get to the front door. I know where this front door is. Whether we can get the audience or not.
Is tonight the night to find out how many hours of moonlight do we have left? Kind of looks at the sky.
Dawn.
Yeah,
Dawn.
we're approaching dawn.
So, you have about another 5 hours.
If we cannot get an immediate audience, I'm sure we can schedule one for the night after.
If you want, like, I can. Maybe we can drop by the God damn it! What's it called again? The safe place. What's the safe place with the camera again? It's Elysium. We can drop by there, the Elysium.
Yes, I hadn't thought of that actually. But I'd rather we have a look at what I found, some of
Yes.
Norman's things, so that we may answer this conversation fully
Of course,
informed.
Of course. So, yeah. So we'll leave that for later in that case.
Well then, I assume you all want to be present for this. It might be important.
For what? The Camarilla meeting or something else?
No. What Norman managed to find out, Omika.
No. I think we all have to be there, so.
Cool.
We're
We'll go
both
to
here.
my office then.
Let's
Feels
go.
strange saying that. My office. She kind of shakes her head and starts walking to her motorcycle.
There's Frank in the under his breath is like, well, you're the Baron now, so.
Better get used to it. So they all travel to the Pieta headquarters. She managed to spruce up a little bit more in her style instead of Mark's. If that's okay. Storyteller?
So you're heading over to your office, yeah?
Yeah, not her haven, just her office.
Right. Are you all going there? Yeah? Okay. As you arrive, you basically park your motorcycle wherever you find parking. Parking is horrible here. And as you make your way to the door, you realize that the door has been vandalized. Not broken, just vandalized. Deep engravings made into the wood. You see these letters, which you don't recognize as they are not in English, across the door.
She kind of like runs her thumb over this and she looks to Tatiana and says, "What enlightening message does he have to share with us this time?"
Let it always be the sun. I
Let
have
there
no fucking
always be
idea
the
what-
sun.
I have no fucking idea what does it mean. I mean, no offense, but he acts like Malkavian more than my sire.
Another reason why we should find. I guess aside from this laptop that I have in here, mouse, we can see the security footage, although I think he would have been clever enough to hide his face.
Frank will take a picture of the vandalized stuff and then he'll run it through the computer because I ran it through the computer and the first thing I found is a communist anthem. Is that? I don't know. I mean,
Yep.
because I found these anthems like "May there always be be sunshine," and it's like USSR Russia stuff. So
Go ahead. Yeah, you're on the right track.
Yeah, to be precise, it's a song. I mean, it says, "Let it always be the sun, let it always be the sky, let it always be the mother, let it always be me, my dear friend." I mean, that's a Russian song. I'm not sure if it was a reference to it, but might be. I have no idea.
To find.
he's showing us his age, I guess.
Quite.
Cold War relics and all
Oh,
that.
sorry, may there always be sunshine, but it's not a big deal, I guess.
Yeah. How do you say it in Russian?
What?
This.
How do you say it in Russian?
You mean the song?
No, the title.
The pronunciation of it.
Пусть всегда будет солнце.
Okay. So man, the more I think about it, the more it sounds like nothing against your sire, of course, but this sounds like elder madness to me for some.
I mean, he has never been in USSR France, so this is some back from
Could be.
70s
It
or
could be that
80s.
some.
80s.
If he diablerized so many people, it could be that he wasn't what he became.
Doubt. I mean, could be, but that I have some doubt. If he still wants Tatiana,
No,
He
I'm not talking about
does.
Tatiana. I'm talking about why he's become the way he's become.
yes, no, that's my thing. Is if he's Diablo, right? So Diablo in terms of let's go inside first before we speak outside the open. Let's do that.
Yeah, but let's go inside very carefully.
Yes, I agree.
Do you
Pocket
have
knife out.
your Auspex thing so you can check the hours before coming into? Don't you think it's a good idea?
Well,
Uh,
there's only going to be two situations, really. If there were people in there, my guard would have noticed. But if they've all been killed, well, we know
Yeah.
who's inside.
What I was
um,
talking
could
about,
you-
there could be some kind of fucking trap.
let's try the lock. Let's try the door first of all, or at least see if there's any. Just try the door first of all, see if it's locked or unlocked.
Mom's
Is it
just gonna call like the people that she thinks to be like on shift, like guarding
That
the
as well.
place.
Ciao, boss. Come stai?
So she will just speak in Italian because I can't, but I'm saying it in English. She's just gonna ask in regards if there's been any disturbances. Like apparently someone had been at the front door.
Sì,
And
un persona pazzo, the crazy guy. He kept scratching at the door. We tell him go, and he won't go until eventually, he looked a bit too crazy for us to deal with, so we left him be. He walked away though, huh? So, wow, where did you get us in Malta, huh? I don't get it.
well, aside from business opportunities and money, perhaps a hunt will excite you more.
Come sempre, I would love to hunt.
You see, this crazy person has given us a lot of headache. Perhaps.
Is this the same one you told us about to keep a lookout on him?
Yes.
Okay. Ah, cazzo, he was right there. Is this the person?
Yes.
Mi dispiace, boss. We didn't know. Fuck.
And now you do know.
Sì,
What are we gonna do about it?
what do you want to do? We go out, we go look for him?
Yes, but be careful.
Ma dai,
He's
ok.
dangerous.
Va
I asked,
bene.
I look at Mumbles like I kind of wave at him. Could you
Yeah.
tell us description? Could you give us like a description of him? Could you ask him what you look like?
We know what it looks like.
Do we?
Yeah, you have a picture.
Oh yeah, right.
And it's been quite
You
a
go
Been
to
lot.
so
the
long,
NPC.
sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
The
Yeah,
NPC
she
folder,
will.
right?
Yeah, she will say
Right.
thank you. Don't let me down again. Then she'll
See,
end the phone call.
you hear them arguing from inside. Two guys who are on shift.
And she'll open the door.
Just like this. Okay.
You were here all the time,
I'm not
boss.
acting cautious.
I was on my way here.
Is there any cameras around here that could point to this door, Dawn?
Yes,
Yes,
there's a security camera facing down.
Mom will say, follow me. I'll lead you to the security office.
All right. Let me just do some of my magic if possible.
You do hear commotion as you kind of go. So this is a two-story building that you're in, and basically you do hear commotion coming from what seems to be the laundry room, which is associated on the roof of the building.
You get sorted in here. I'll go check it out.
Sure. I'll take the I'll ask the guard like if he can like lead me to like the security room with the cameras.
And she'll tell him it's fine, like, show him around.
Sì, sì, va bene, va bene. Come with me. Good.
Mumbles will start making her way to the laundry.
As you come to the top parts, so I don't. Have you ever seen a laundry room? What it looks like in Malta? It's like a really small room, and then basically have the whole rooftop where you can do.
Yeah, of course.
the rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Washing,
have like
yeah.
a little shed on the roof, and
Yeah,
then
exactly. So
So
basically,
much.
as you come out into this section, you see that there are about like 2 large panels of sun. What do you call them? Solar
Solar panels.
panels.
solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there seems to be a figure struggling to get out from some kind of entanglement there. And from your position, you notice that you recognize the individual.
Mhm.
Cacciatrice.
Cicatrice.
Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna bring out the claws. I'm gonna hate to roll for that. We're all good.
Nice.
She's gonna try and as stealthily as possible. Like she's not using obfuscate, but she's gonna like try and use his like struggling with the stuff like to kind of get closer to him without him noticing her.
Okay. Go ahead.
Cool. I make sneak roll, I would assume. Or
Yeah.
stealth. Yeah, cool. So let's do this. What's the difficulty?
That would be a 3.
Yep, all good. 4 successes.
All right.
So once she gets a little bit closer, what does she see?
She sees the guy chained up to one of the solar panels. The chains are heavy. Stuff that you would not easily find on the market, basically. It seems to be almost like stuff you hold boats down. However, there's also another messages scripted scratched into the solar panel. And it seems like Cicatrice is partially covering what's written.
Ah, so he's tied up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just there, like, trying to get out of whatever he's in.
She's just gonna with her as much as she can with like clawed fingers, like very like tap tap tap, like Tatiana, like Frank, please come to the roof, like tap, and she's gonna like she's stealthily, she's just gonna lean a little bit closer to his face and say, "Did your flight get delayed?"
You notice that he's gagged, and he has like this dark hue on the mouthpiece.
She'll use one of her claws to kind of like cut it. And she'll kind of like help him take it out and kind of like pat him on the cheek, like.
He stretches his mouth, and you realize his tongue has been severed out of his mouth.
She kind of like she puts her arm down and she's like, "Do you need blood to heal?" Nod yes if yes. Shake no if no. And she'll press her palm into his mouth. I'll have to make a rouse check for that though.
It takes a while.
Luke, just so you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Yeah. All right. Um.
Oh.
I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off.
Yeah. She does get a little bit hungrier, and just for mechanical reasons, since he drank like straight from her, he's now partially blood bonded to her. Just saying.
Okay.
Well, partially it needs to happen. It depends on like what kind of flaws or merits he has, but yeah, we'll sort it out later.
Yeah.
What happened?
Crazy dude. Long hair. I thought he'd come save me from airport. From the clutches of the Polizia.
I would say I'm sorry, but you did kind of steal.
Va bene, but he was crazy. He needed to see you. And I told him I'd take him to you, and I took him here, and he was not happy. I told him what happened, and he didn't understand. He spoke in a weird language, very, like...
Russian. You remember the
See,
guy that I wanted you to find? That was him.
but no, this guy looked different, huh? He looked more like Doggy. Big, almost wolfy, not even Doggy, And,
That's not werewolf.
no, he was kindred, like you and me. But he wanted you, and, well, next thing I know, I get tied to this thing. I wake up and I find no tongue, and I'm just waiting for the sun to come up. That was his plan, he told me before he leaped off the building.
I'll get you out of these chains if you can do me a favor and describe him. And she'll start to kind of. It should be easy with her claws to kind of like find a weak link and just kind of exploit it, tear the chains.
Give me a resolve with your athletics or melee.
Yeah, athletics, fine. Do I get maybe an extra dice for using the claws?
Yes. I don't know it. Difficulty of 5.
Ooh. Let's see.
Ooh.
That's the best you'll fail.
Right.
That's if you fully failed, though. Don't forget. That's if you fully fail. You got some successes,
So
which is fine.
just one success that would be. No?
3. That'd be 3.
Well, I got 3, but still a fail. The roll's a fail, so.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but not the best you fail would be if you get no successes with the 1.
So you fiddle around. Unfortunately, you don't find a weak link in the chain. But however, Cicatrice gives you a description of basically what sounds like a werewolf version of Mikhail. Obviously, being Gangrel, he's taken a form.
So he looks similar, but different enough that you recognize it was not him.
Sì, esattamente. What is taking you so long, huh?
Yeah, she's kind of like, let me see. It doesn't seem like I can break the chain. Let me see if I can give you enough leeway to wiggle your way out. She kind of like starts to try and just tear just the chains with like her strength.
Go for it. Give me a strength. And
Athletics, I guess,
athletics,
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if
Time to break.
time to break instead of be gentle.
Best of luck.
Oh, come on. But I'll spend a willpower to see if I can get an extra success. Boop. Yeah, 2 dice to roll. Just... Yeah! I manage.
You go ahead and just bend chains in a way that they will, obviously, with the pressure itself, just break off.
Yeah.
Cicatrice, stretches and he's like, I thought I was going to be barbecue. You know what? Mi dispiace, boss, for everything that happened. I was only trying to be in the good graces of Le Capo.
Why? You could have just asked me. I would have given you the stuff after I had a look at it.
That is the problem. He didn't want you to see the stuff.
Baron didn't want me to see.
Hey, don't kill the messenger, eh?
No, I'm just confused.
See,
It makes me more interested, to be totally honest with you. But I don't think you're gonna tell him that, or you already told him.
Not time for that. Last I told him I was on the way, but he hasn't been in touch since, so...
How about this? You give me some time to have a look into it, and then I'll give you materials and you can be on your way.
See, we can do that.
I appreciate it. No
Oh.
hard feelings? And she kind of like extends her hand.
No hard feelings.
to shake. And she'll kind of like squat down and see if she can like see the message, because she saw it was like half obscured, and now that he's like up and about, she wants to see if she can.
So in the dim lights of the streets, in the orange hue, you do see the scratching marks, very thin, onto the solar panels.
Again in Russian, like the message you sent in the.
Yep.
Yeah. She'll just wait for Tatiana and Frank to come up. And she will say to Cicatrice, like, you are free to stay here till I'm done with the materials. Like, make yourself at home.
Va bene. Okay. Frank, Tatiana, do you go to the top?
Actually, I was thinking that if Miles don't mind, I would like to join him, because it's still very cautious trying to be, and I feel like there could be any traps. Well, in metagame I know there are no traps apparently, but still, in character I do think that there could be a bomb or something, so I'd like to go with him to check the cameras as well. Maybe I would find something suspicious, maybe I would see how Mikhail was acting, and I will see that he was acting more strange than usual, you know. That's my idea. If Miles don't mind.
Yeah, it's fine. Totally fine.
Cool. Then she'll just take a picture of the message, ask Cicatrice to like come with her downstairs, and she'll relay the information to the rest of the guys. She'll show Tatiana the message, and ask Cicatrice to explain, like, hey, he looked really much like him, but it wasn't the same person, and maybe he can give us some more detail. Maybe Tatiana recognize some, make sense of it.
From the footage, he doesn't seem like he had the change that was mentioned by Cicatrice. In the footage you find Miles, he was pretty much covering his face. You notice the yellow, Wellington
eyes.
hoodie, so to speak. The hair but he's trying to covering his face, and he's using a dagger to write the message, and he was interrupted many times, you saw, by the people inside, and he would just kind of like slam the door, and he would just continue then to write his message across the door, and exactly as he finished, he would just turn around in the opposite. So if the camera's facing this way, he would turn toward, he would turn against it, and he kind of just walked away.
Okay.
Him. I mean, is it the same yellow coat as we have seen him in?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
So I will.
It looks like Mikhail, basically.
It looks like Michaela.
Pretty much.
Is there? Could I maybe? Can I ask like the whoever the guards would say, hey, can I have? Do you have like access to any of the other cameras around the area, perchance, if I could access them?
There should be a roof camera. I say, hopefully, looking at Don.
See, the roof camera, yes.
Good. All right. I'm checking all the cameras, but also if I need to, I will be willing to check the grid camera if I'm allowed. So, like any network grid cameras that are like in the streets.
The roof camera is not pointing towards the roof. It's pointing outside into the street.
Yeah.
And basically, it would seem a few moments before the writing on the door, it would seem as though he had just jumped off the building as he lands into the street and then turns towards the door. He writes a message and basically, eventually, he turns around, walks into the street, and then takes a run towards the building opposite where you are, and just makes a climb up onto the side of the building, disappearing off camera.
Got you. Would I be able to freeze frame at some point where I would be able to like catch his face, potentially?
Give me a
Magnify
roll.
it.
Give me a roll.
Technology, wits.
Yes, wits and technology. Yes.
How high is this building?
The one opposite, or is it the one you're in?
The one he was jumping from.
So the one he jumped from is the one you're in, and that's a 2-story building.
Oh, so it's not that high. Okay.
Burning willpower.
Now, Frank, and I certainly don't to use you as bloodhounds, but since this happened recently, we might be able to catch his scent and follow it.
That would be the hope. 3 successes. Trying to get a look on his
With
face.
3 successes, you have a glimpse of him as he kind of made a small forward front to start his run. The hoodie would have slipped just a bit just to get his kind of profile feature that confirms him.
Screenshot. I basically took a screenshot. Does he have any changed features?
Not in this one, no.
Alright, I can give a nod. Okay, this is him for sure, so we can confirm that.
But the person who brought Cicatrice is not the same.
No,
I would assume that he...
But he is wearing the same, look. The hair the same, the outfit, tutto lo stesso, eh?
Look at can I, if it's okay, because I have a good knowledge of maybe occult stuff with like with kindred and stuff. Would I be able to maybe check if like this is a side effect of like a gangrel side effect or some other weirdness?
Mama's just gonna ask Cicatrice if he can...
Out of character, Don. I'm asking out of character about like my asking of like, is there like any weird like, do I know of like any gangrels in the past maybe or other kindred who have suffered this weird like, as what Cicatrice describes, facial, that the face is a bit different, like structured into a wolf or something.
And Mama's gonna try and ask Cicatrice like, if he can be really specific, like what was different. Like if he can try and focus, and she tries her best to be empathetic, but it's like, give us something useful.
Intelligence occult?
Intelligence, yeah. I don't know if it would be insight that makes sense in this case, or investigation.
Insight is more human emotion.
Right, no, yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I'm just trying to see what makes sense.
I have investigation or occult as well.
Let's go for
like.
I want to find a way to conclude this in a because even I have work in the morning.
Yeah, I'll make an investigation roll. I'll make a quick roll. I got 4 successes.
With 4 successes, so basically you've heard of werewolves being able to do this. but not Gangrel. So something's off. Something's not right here.
I look at the other.
Oh.
I look at the gang or resident gangrel. I tell them, I mean, this is not that I know of previous history with gangrels. At least, I mean, I know you guys have occasionally issues with turning into beasts.
It's a distinctive feature. Like he said, he was more wolf-like.
Yeah.
What if this Tsumitsu managed to give him some werewolf DNA, one way
Well,
or another?
They fleshcraft. You think they fleshcrafted him?
Why not?
Maybe. At
Yeah.
least it's not two people we have to worry about. But yeah, I know you probably get tired of doing this, Tachana, but like he left another message and she kind of like showed the picture of the phone.
It says that Cicatrice is apparently a gift for you, and he wants some gift for him. Well, it says, that's my gift to you, give me my gift. And I guess he addressing you.
And we shall end the session with that.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone, for playing. It really was a good one. Until next time. Bye.